What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome to today's special fresh new video about the release of today's Vader Dark Visions comic series. So for those who are keeping count, this is number 4 that released today on the 29th, and as always, these standalone Vader stories never fail to be weird. In all the other series we've had about Vader, this Dark Visions one is quite unique and different, and I'm starting to like that. I've seen a lot of you guys agree with the sentiment also, and without getting a lot into semantics, let's start with the comic, and man is it dark. It starts right at the beginning of Imperial times, where we see a young boy watching his father getting gunned down by the Empire. With a blaster in hand, he starts crying. He couldn't even defend his own father. He couldn't bring himself to shoot the stormtroopers. Now, years later, a rebel squadron has planted a tracking device on an Imperial ship, trying to track them back to their supply moon, to their secret weapons factory. Back at the rebel base, the commander was briefing his troops on their plan to attack the moon when suddenly a young man interrupts rudely, asking for an X-Wing. The commander points him towards the recruitment office. Angered, the kid literally steals an X-Wing and shows the commander that he is a more than capable pilot and definitely beyond the recruitment office. Through their ups and downs, the young pilot again crashed the briefing room later, where he clashed with the commander, but in the end, he explained everything. He explained how the Empire took everything from him and how he watched his father getting killed by the Empire. All he wants is payback. This fight is personal for him. After all that, the commander had no choice but to take him to the moon mission, the Imperial Weapons Factory, where unbeknownst to even the minister who just arrived, Vader was there in the factory, overseeing the upgrades to his TIE Advanced. As the minister was trying to welcome Lord Vader, suddenly Vader felt them. The rebels were here. The X-Wings unleashed a fury upon the factory and wiped out even the minister who Vader considered a fool for getting followed. But now the rebels, and especially the cocky young pilot, were getting overconfident when all of a sudden they yell, "Aboard! Aboard!" It's Darth Vader coming for them. In clear Vader fashion, the Dark Lord of the Sith started wiping out the entire squadron one by one. They simply had no answers. The overly confident pilot was able to graze the TIE Advance, and he considered that a victory he was celebrating, but the commander knew not to celebrate that early against Vader. With a sudden maneuver, Vader slipped by them and destroyed the commander, with now only the cocky pilot remaining. The boy was just stunned. He was on the brink of crying. At that moment, he realized that he was nothing. His skills paled in comparison to Vader's. What was he thinking? He said to himself. What was he doing here? That's Darth Vader. The pilot, realizing he doesn't even stand a chance, he ran away like the little boy he was. Vader had crushed and destroyed his fighting spirit. When the boy went back to the base, he explained to everyone that he had failed, that everyone was dead. Vader made sure that this boy would never ever get cocky again. Loved the different perspective that this comic tells, and the horrifying reality of, actually going up against Vader. Something that we joke about, but today we see the reality of the situation. Tell me your thoughts down in the comments, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up and hit that bell to get notified the moment a new video is out on the Star Wars Comics channel. Have an awesome day, my Star Wars friends, and may the Force be with you always.